Hey guys, welcome back. It's Mr. B here, and today we're going to be talking about custom tactics. I'm sure that most of you guys know what changing the numbers on each of these settings does by now, but just in case you're not sure about one or two of them, I'll just go through them all and I'll show you what custom tactics I use when I play FUT Champions on the weekends. So we'll start off with speed, as it's the first one up the top on build-up play. If you lower it, basically your build-up play will be slow, more possession-based, and your players will wait for you to kind of pass the ball to them before they get forward. And if you put it higher, they'll run forward looking to attack, not too concerned about whether you pass the ball to them or not. They just want to get forward. What I play on, I've found 60 to be a good balance. On to passing. So if you lower it, could be 15, 20, 25. That'll be more of a tick-attacker, shorter passing style game. And if you put it higher, it's like longer, more direct. What I've found to be good is 45, as I like my passing to be quite balanced. And positioning, you just want this on organised. You got organised or freeform. If you have it on freeform, your defenders will just run all over the place. So make sure you leave that on balanced. On to chance creation. So passing. If you lower the passing, your players will play less risky passes, but your players are also less likely to make those killer runs that can, open up the defense with one ball. And if you increase this, so you make this higher, your players will make more risky passes with obviously higher reward. You've got more chance of losing possession, as the ball could get intercepted and stuff like that. I like to have this on 55. On to crossing. If you lower this, players will be more inclined to hang back on the edge of the box rather than get into the box for a header or whatnot. And if you have this higher, then your players will just flood into the box. Just wanting to get on the end of the ball, but obviously then you could be exposed to the counter attack because everyone's running into the box and they're not too concerned about what happens after. I play this on 45. Shooting. If you lower the shooting, players will get in shooting positions less often, but when they do get in shooting positions, they're in better positions, so they're more likely to score. Where if you have this higher, your player will always be looking to pick up in pockets of space to receive the ball, to get off a quick shot. But, they could be more low percentage shots, so you've got less chance of scoring. It just depends on your game style. I like to have this on about 58. Onto the positioning. If you have this on organised, basically your players will always stay in their positions. So, if you got two CDMs, they'll stay there. If you got two strikers, they'll stay there. But if you have this on freeform, which is what I like to play on, your players will kind of rotate between positions. So you might find, your CDM could be playing on the right wing. It just makes your play more unpredictable, and your players don't go there for the sake of it. When your players move around, they'll fill in different positions on the pitch depending where your other players are. Alrighty, so we're on to the defence. The pressure is all about your defensive line. If you have this low, you'll sit deep, but then obviously you can get long-shotted as you'll be defending, you know, on the edge of your box or whatnot. And if you have this higher, you could be susceptible to through balls. So you got to really find a balance that you're comfortable with. I've found for me that 57 is kind of the sweet spot. Aggression is all about the AI defending. If you lower it, your team will stay in shape a lot more, but they won't have too much urgency to win the ball. And if you have this higher, your team will really want to get the ball back, but they'll have less regard for the team's shape. So you might have a central defender who pulls out into a CDM position trying to win the ball. I like to have this on 62, and the team width, if you have this lower, your team will defend narrower, so you know, around the penalty box. And if you have this higher, you know, your defense will be more spread, but you'll cover more of the pitch. But you could potentially get exploited through the middle. I just like to keep the team width on 50. And defender line cover or offside trap. Just don't play the offside trap. Cover's the way to go. Yeah, so guys, so you know, that's my custom tactics. I hope I explained all them alright. And yeah, I mean, if this helps you in any way, please drop me a like. All the support is appreciated. And if you're new around here, which most of you probably are, as it's only the second video on the channel, please drop us a subscription. It's free, and I'd really appreciate the support. Thanks guys, and I'll see you next time.